Hello and welcome to another update video about SUI. The SUI chart is currently in the process of potentially turning around down here in this support zone that we talked about before. The question is the low in or not? And I can tell you that there is no evidence for it yet, and I'll tell you why. But I'll also tell you that we are really at the pretty much it's maxed out, right? This move down, the support area is maxed out. Surely we could easily get we could easily get another low. That would still be acceptable, just about. Okay, one more low is still possible, but it will get at some point too deep. So I did say to you before, one more low acceptable from a bullish point of view. Below that level, it really increases probabilities that a cyclical price top has already formed for SUI. That's not the case yet. We have not broken below the 50% retracement level. And then I highlighted to you that the $1.86 level is still another acceptable support level. That's the 161.8 extension. But also, depending on how I measure the larger degree support zone here, I could also measure it differently. We didn't talk about that really in previous videos, but I could measure it differently and assign, measure from here instead of from the top, which actually it's labeled like that. But then I would also get like $1.86 as support. So that's why I have it on the chart as well, in addition to obviously the Fibonacci extensions of the internal move here that we're tracking. So yeah, I'm tracking this move to the downside as a series of lower lows and lower highs still. So that's why I can't confirm to you we've bottomed, because the price is still in a downtrend, right? And these downtrends can extend longer than you think they do. What we saw throughout February was just this sideways range here, and also in this sideways range, I told you we cannot confirm that a low is in. It's possible, and it looked better than many other coins, especially from that swing low that formed on the 3rd of February. The reaction to the upside, clearly it looked better than what many other coins did. Specifically, I referred at the time to the structure from the low. That was a potential 5-wave move up. Not very clear, but it was probably the best structure. But then again, we didn't really see any impulsive price action to the upside, and it formed the triangle. So there was no break above the signal line. That was at the time the key level that would have needed to break to indicate upside reversal. Let's say continuation of the larger degree uptrend. And then we moved down lower, and again we can actually identify that enough waves are in place to consider this complete. I mean, based on the overall structure, I would consider the last move down to be an ABC structure. So A, B, C. I can call it like that. That's one way. But then again, it's extended. Would that be a problem? No, because I've already labeled it like that, like A, B, C in wave A. Then this was the B wave bounce. So a larger A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And it could be done. We've got enough waves in place. But then diving into the microstructures, it could get another low on the micro level. But yeah, I think we're close to a turnaround. Anyway, we have to be, if this is, so I cannot promise you that we're turning around, but if this is the correct interpretation, which I've been highlighting for many, many months, then the price should turn around at the latest after one more low, okay? Or, the overall assumption has to be revised, okay? Or the overall assumption for one more high in this cycle has to be revised. I'm not going to give up yet on SUI's bullish potential for one more high in this cycle. So what would be the breakout signal? So what do we need to see? When can I finally confirm that we're turning around here? Well, I would need to see something like that. I need to see a wave 1 to the upside and a wave 2. We can say that happened. But now we need to see a break above the signal line, the first signal line, which is pretty much here this week's high. No, it's the Wednesday high, at around $2.38. That would be the next step. At the moment, it looks like the bulls might be trying. This looks like a nice 3-wave move down. And if we now get a little bit of upside momentum, that could support the bullish thesis. and it would just indicate that also the smaller time frame starts to confirm we're turning around. But I need to see those 5 waves. But that would be a first step, a break above the Wednesday high. Any break below the intraday low, no, it's a Thursday low actually, that formed here around $2.12, would strongly suggest that we are heading overall here to the downside. Yeah, that would strongly suggest that we're moving down probably next to $1.86. So this is something to observe. Critical level up here, just overhead, and then to the downside next support is 186. And any break below that would strongly start to suggest that a cyclical top has formed. That doesn't mean that it makes a lot of sense to necessarily sell everything. That depends on your own portfolio. But what we typically see, nevertheless, is at least a corrective rebound if support levels break. But yeah, that's maybe something we have to talk about in the next video, depending on what happens. But I'm open to the idea we're turning around. Just please make sure that you understand what the key signals are. That's the update about SUI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.